Hi, I'm Dr. Lindsey Coble.
Dr. Noelle Crosby, and we're the Sound Sisters, and this is the Hearing Diaries. Today, we're going to take it in a different direction, and we're going to actually, and I'm going to actually interview Lindsey a little bit, but we'll have a conversation about a season of life that many women in hearing healthcare go through. But we don't always talk about this openly. Navigating pregnancy while still running a business, caring for family, and showing up for everything else in life and what that brings. Lindsay has been walking through this for a while and dealing with some pretty tough pregnancy sickness. So we're just going to have a little conversation about what she's done to maintain what she's had to do, and let's just jump right into it. So Lindsay, talk to us a little bit about, how you've been navigating your pregnancy and being sick and managing life at home. What has this kind of last few months been for you?
Well, I'm 20 weeks pregnant. So, first, we should say pregnancy is such a blessing. I mean, how lucky am I to be pregnant? This is my
Right.
second child. So I knew with my daughter, Francie, who's 4, I was pretty sick with her too. I wasn't throwing up, but I was very lethargic, nauseous the whole time. I tried a bunch of different medications when I was pregnant with her too. That was when I was working for Signia. So I was on the road driving a lot. So I knew
Oh,
what I was
yeah.
signing up for, having my second baby, which is why it took my husband and I 4 years to think it was a good idea to even try again.
Because you kind of
Because,
forgot about it, right? You forget
yes,
about all that.
yes. And between running the business and getting my business off the ground, that's still only 3 years old, I'm like, I cannot be sick for 9 months like I was the first time. So I'm 20 weeks into it now, and I have been very sick. It's another girl. So, people have their opinions on girls make you more sick than boys. But yeah, it's been a journey of really since about week 6. I've been throwing up every day, still to this day. And it's just exhausting. I mean,
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
am getting my
I can't
energy
even
back
imagine.
like week 18 was when I started to get my energy back, but like
Right.
week 6 to 18, I had to tell so many people from emails and things like, I'll get back with you later. I just feel like I'm living in a fog and all I can do is just run my practice and see my patients. It's a bizarre feeling that you don't expect, I think.
Right. And so how have you been dealing with being sick, like while you're at the office or
Yeah.
involved in other
Oh,
things? How do you
yeah.
adjust for things, etc.?
Um, I honestly just kind of power through. Like, and I think, you've seen those things where it's like you can only be good at so many things at once. I think right now it's like my laundry at home is failing. My cooking dinner at night is failing. It's like the one thing that I can still do good is patient care and show up to work. And it's like
Right.
that's what I have committed to the past 5 months. That's what I'm doing good at. But it's I come to work, my staff all knows that I don't feel good. I get sick, or after lunch, I get sick between my 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock patient. I get sick, but I've gotten to the point where I just bounce back. But not everyone can bounce back like that. So
Right.
this
You're
this
pretty resilient.
experience, yes, this and it's my business, So
Right.
I'm a little different because I see it's my business. I'm in this. And so it's opened my eyes to others who go through pregnancy who aren't or can't be that resilient. You got to give them grace. I mean, it is
Yeah.
a beast.
Yeah, and I'm sure it opens your mind or your heart a little bit if you had
Oh,
an employee. Like
oh
I
yeah.
feel like if I had an employee that was sick all the time in pregnancy, the way that I am, I'd be
Yeah.
like, get up and get like you can't be that sick.
I,
Not that I wouldn't be caring, but it would be
yeah,
my business
I
and I
know.
would see the impact it would make. But I've never been that sick. I've never had to go
Yeah.
through that. Really wasn't sick with my daughter. So
Yeah.
I think even just watching you go through it and hearing your story, it's made me a little bit more understanding about how would you really
I know.
adjust and
Well,
deal with
even
that.
like I said, I kind of forgot how bad I felt with my first pregnancy because I had Dr. Jessica went on maternity leave in the fall. So all of 2025, she was pregnant. My gosh, I
Right.
should have checked in with her more. I should have
Yeah.
asked if she
Yeah.
needed an afternoon break or, was she sick in the morning, or, was after lunch maybe a little rough, and maybe giving her a half an hour or an hour to block her schedule. I mean,
Right.
sometimes in the afternoon by 2 o'clock, I sit back in the lab and I shut the door. I put the patient's hearing aids in the Redux dryer, and I just sit down and I'm like, I'm so tired I can almost fall asleep. And it's just
Yeah.
a crazy feeling for me to feel that way, because usually I have so much energy. But yeah, you just have to be accepting of running at a different pace and
Yeah.
acknowledging that you can't do it all. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty diligent about, usually I see people into the evening. I don't close right at 4. My staff pretty much knows, like, I have to have a lunch break. I have
Yeah.
to be out of here by 4 because I don't have the energy to do things well for extended periods of time like I used to be able to.
Right.
Season of life.
See, yeah, it is a season of life,
Yeah.
and they're all different. So
Yeah.
talk to me a little bit about how you're really balancing all. So how are you able to, I think you have help. Do you have your parents helping you at all? Is
Yes.
I know your
Yes.
husband travels,
It's a
so I'm
lot.
sure
Yes.
that's not always so easy.
He's been home more so in 2026 than he was in 2025, which is helpful. But I mean, I think acknowledging that I'm behind on my laundry. I need to do like 2 days, 2 days straight of laundry would catch me up on
Yeah.
laundry. But I think acknowledging that and talking out loud about it, that I don't feel good. My husband cannot understand what I'm going
Right.
through, but
Right.
to talk about it and to do the best I can at home. But he knows he has to pick up the slack a little bit right now. My
Yeah.
parents are super helpful with Francie. There for a while, I would get home from work and I would be so tired that I'm like, I need somebody to take her because I need to fall asleep for an hour before dinner and then get back up and I can go get her. And then as far as my staff goes, like I said, they all are aware that this has been pretty rough for me and they step in wherever they can to help, or, a
Right.
hearing aid check. If I'm running a little behind, they step in to help. And so, yeah, I mean, I think just as women, we need to be comfortable understanding that pregnancy is a season of life. Some
Yeah.
people love it and it's great. And some
And they have
people
no
have
problems
it
or no
rough.
sickness
Yes,
or
and some people have it worse off than I do, the
yeah.
whole 9 months. And so,
Like bed rest. Some people have to go
yeah,
on bed rest
yeah. Oh
or
my gosh. Or, the complications. We have our 20-week scan today. So, I'm hoping that
yeah.
everything is healthy and safe, but, to have all these medical appointments that you have during pregnancy and to
Yeah.
recognize that sometimes you don't get the best news during those
Yeah.
appointments. And so to recognize that when your staff takes off for an hour, they to go to that appointment, they might not come back in the most chipper feeling, and to
Right.
give that grace and understanding and compassion. And yeah, I've learned so much going through this again. I don't know if it's because I'm older this time, because I'm a
Right.
manager of people, but it's definitely opened my eyes to maybe to help
Yeah.
other practice owners respond to pregnant employees and in general.
Well, just the willingness that you had to want to do this conversation today. So other
So
people that are
important.
either managing people that are feeling like you're
Yes.
feeling or them feeling that way themselves, I think it really helps people to see that they're not alone and
Yeah.
that you
Well, and I
can
think, I mean, there are a
give them
lot of
advice.
men practice owners in our
Very true.
industry. They
That
have
probably don't
no
understand
idea.
this at all.
They probably have a wife who maybe has kids, or they don't have a wife and really don't understand it at all. But the only
Right.
way for them to understand is for us to talk openly about it, and for
Yeah.
them to see somebody like me, who people know is such a go-getter here, there, and everywhere. But for the last 5 months, I have not signed up to do anything new. I limp along through my presentations that I do, and give it my best effort, but it takes all of my mental capacity that I have to do it and to do it well. And
Right.
so, yeah, I think to have these conversations out loud is really important.
Yeah. Now it's interesting because I'm just putting this together too. So what is when is your due date?
August 1st.
And then you're also the president of the
Yes.
Coalition of Indiana. I'm not sure
Sure
the
am,
exact
Noel.
name.
Sure
And
am,
you're putting a
Noel.
convention together as
That's
well.
the first
And
week of
an
June.
amazing convention to
The
look
first week of
at.
June. Yeah, I mean, and so that is what I've had to recognize is I cannot do everything. And so that's the one, like one big commitment that I have right now is being the president of IAC. And so
Right.
that is the one thing that I've said I will continue to pour into this, give it my best effort. And Erica, the past president, Lauren, the president coming in behind me, they know
Right.
I don't feel good. And so they're
Yeah.
willing to step up and help. I have a planning committee for the conference. So again, I mean, I think it's if you sign up for something, you have to see it through and give your best effort. But I have had to recognize I can't be strung thin doing new initiatives, doing new research studies. I cannot
Right.
commit to anything else.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I've
sure you probably have been asked to do a lot more
yes,
because people seem to reach out to you to do a lot of things because of your knowledge and presence. And
yeah,
yeah, I'm
and I
sure that
think
hasn't been
it's
easy.
no, and I think it's, you learn, you hear from others the importance of saying no or the
Right.
importance. I mean, I think in the past I've committed to things that maybe I wasn't totally, my heart wasn't totally in it, but I thought this is a cool opportunity. Let's do it. And so I think I'm learning that if this doesn't totally serve me right now, if this isn't
Yeah.
100% what Lindsey or audiology always needs, I cannot do it right now. And maybe that'll be me going forward, even after
Yeah.
pregnancy. This has probably been a good lesson of what's important to me. And I'm
Yeah.
sure having two children at home under age 5, I'll have a lot going on. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
was going to say
all
that the result
all
of this is going to be another child at home.
and then we'll talk about maternity leave,
Yeah,
trying to
I was gonna ask, yeah, we
yeah,
can talk about that more as we get, but
yeah,
what is kind of your plan for when you have the baby?
yeah. So currently my plan is I have myself blocked for August and September. So 8 weeks. When Dr.
Yes,
Jessica
yes,
went
yes.
on maternity leave, she took 12. I paid her for 12. But just as the practice owner, I feel like 8 weeks is good. I think my staff will be totally fine handling whatever I need to do, but I live so close. I live 8 minutes from my office. So it's like I'll be here, checking the mail or
Yeah, I'm
answering
sure you will
questions or
be.
whatever, bring the baby with me, that kind of thing. But yeah, I also don't want to be out of it for too long. Not that 12
Right.
weeks is too long. I think every woman deserves 12 weeks, but you also never know what's going to come after delivery. I have to have a
Yeah,
C-section, which I know, that was
right.
news that I got at one of my appointments that was kind of
Oh,
altering news that I had to
right.
then come back to work and fit hearing aids the rest of the afternoon after that news.
I
So
did not know that.
that's a
Oh,
recovery that I'm going to have that, I don't know. I know what it was like to deliver naturally and go back to work, but to have a C-section and go back after 8 weeks, maybe that's not even realistic. I don't know.
right.
So
Yeah, and you
yeah,
got to give yourself grace, like you're
yes,
saying.
yes,
You have the plan, but if it
yeah,
doesn't work out, you got to decide that you need to do what's best for you and
yeah,
your baby. And I'm sure your patients in your town, in the small town
yes,
that you're,
yes, they get
I'm
it. I
sure
mean,
they
and
would
every
understand.
single patient who I'm scheduling in October, I've told them I'm pregnant. Just so you know, I'm putting you in October. If we need to reschedule, I'll call you, and they are all totally
Right.
understandable. I'm
Yeah.
packing that first day back with the patients that I really like. I'm
Yeah.
like, how about you see me
And
that first day back? I might be a little tired, might forget what I'm doing, but so yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they would all understand. Yeah. Well, thank you
You
so
know.
much for
Yeah.
sharing your story with everyone. And
Yeah.
please let us know if you have experienced something like this or have any comments or suggestions for
Mhm.
Lindsay.
Yeah, I am
But
open to all suggestions. And seriously, as practice owners, if you guys have any questions about how to handle a situation in your office or your own work-life balance with pregnancy and maternity leave, I'm more than happy to answer questions. So, yeah, thanks, Noelle.
thanks. Thank you. And goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time on the Sound Sisters.